play card outside, John Ciminelli, straight from Atlantic City. From radio, TV, and everything, right? And then we have Dick Sterling, straight from Miami. TV, motion picture, but there was nothing about me. Not a thing. Okay, I come straight from Spring Hill tonight. And I'm here as a guest like you, because I had the pleasure last night of raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I'm the president of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We did our benefit last night for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And Johnny donated his time and energy. He's a great performer. I knew Johnny when he was about 16. Some of you knew him when he was smaller. And he's grown. Let me tell you, he's grown. But his talent has grown as well. He's grown, and boy, he is better than ever. And last night, I think he played to a stand-up audience of about 500 people up there who came to help children live, and he did an excellent job. We had other entertainers from California. Dick Sterling came to visit, and a lot of other entertainers come up there, and I'm a very fortunate man for what I do. Okay, believe me, get involved. Don't sit on your hands and worry about getting old. I've reached 70, and I'm here. They won't allow me to sing because I'm not a professional, but I am. I'm a professional beggar. I beg all year long for the children of dying. And boy, God has given me my health. I smile every day of my life. And boy, there's nothing like growing young again. And remember the days when we were young, and I continue to think about those and thankful being poor in New York and Italian. My name is Vince Tagliamonte, and I'm straight from up in Spring Hill, and I'm enjoying my retirement here in the state of Florida, born in New York, on the east side of New York. And I remember the old days when we roasted the chestnuts on the coal stove. And we hung the clothes on the coal stove. And everything was on the coal stove. And when it was ouvrid, and that's what I say, it was cold, Mom would get that old iron out, roll it in a blanket, put it on your feet. They figured if your feet was warm, you were all right. If your feet's cold, forget the number. So we've learned a lot of things. I remember being raised in New York, and we used to hang the clothes on the clothesline. You know, it was out there. They put a pole in the backyard, and you had what they call railroad brooms because they went straight through. Okay, and the big house, or we call now the toilet, was in the hall, or you were lucky if it was in the hall. To pay tribute to Johnny Ciminelli, who I knew, and I'm fortunate to know him. And he's grown some, and I think you're all looking for him to come on. And I don't know who's coming on first, but maybe Mr. Ruggiero can tell me. Is he? Yeah. All right. With who did you come up?
Mr. Vic Damone.
Vic Damone, okay. Very fortunate. I had the pleasure of meeting him over the phone. I said, how? He said, hi, Vince. And last night, I had the pleasure of having the same orchestra do the benefits for St. Jude. So I'm going to turn it right over to Mr. Ruggiero.
Thank you. Thank you, Vincent. Quite a guy. I had the pleasure of meeting John Ciminelli many years ago on the Sea Escape when John was still in his late teens. And outside of his great talent, this is from my heart, really. He is one hell of a nice young man. He really is. I have to say that. And Sally and Frank Timpinelli, you did a beautiful job with that young man. Outside of his talent, he is a beautiful kid. And I think that he's only 26 years old at this point. I have ties that are 26 years old. But he has a bright future in front of him. Of course, John, we need more time, Warren? Okay. We still have a few logistics problems over here. I don't hear a hum. Anybody have a deck of cards? Bingo? We almost play bingo right here. Everybody likes to set up. Miami, Cuba, Miami, Florida, and he had a problem with the plane connection, so he will not be appearing tonight. In his place, we were very fortunate. We do have a substitute. We were very, very lucky to get someone. How we doing, guys? 2 minutes, okay. Well, we were very fortunate to find a replacement for him. And we are going to introduce him very shortly, so make him feel right at home. This was unexpected. How are you doing? Very nice fellow. Let's make him feel at home. This is Mr. Garcia Garcia.
That there will be some people here that I met many, many times in the past. and especially one gentleman who's standing in the back there. He come to visit my country many, many years ago. By the way, I'm not, as you all know, I am not here originally. I will tell you in just a minute, but I would like to acknowledge the presence of this very kind man standing by my name there, Mr. Vincent Tagalog Yomanti, right back there, that gentleman there. For those of you who perhaps are not too familiar with this man, I tell you a little background about him. He was, for the last 17 years, a member of the Communist Party. But now, he is no longer with that. But the thing is, he also is totally involved in this great battle for the children's dreaded diseases with the St. Judi's. And he is the man who is in charge of this, what county is it, please, Mr. Vincent?
Pasco, Hernandez, and Citrus.
What a memory this man has. That is fantastic. That is what he's involved in. And he has done a superb job. And I think he needs another round of applause. He's standing there. Good. That's good. Because, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, you have no idea what it means for me to be here this evening. You have no idea at all. I have no idea myself what the hell I'm doing in this place. But I try to express myself. Well, I do have something I would like to share with you between the two big alien speakers right here. This past month of here in October, this past week, I received my full signature papers. I'm now a citizen of the United States of America. I am so thrilled. I carry American flag with me all the time. I like to wave it every place. Remind me I have to wash it. But as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, what is it you're looking for, please? Huh? Don't do it on my time, all right? Okay, stand in the back, all right. Good, all right. All right. The thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the United States of America, as far as I am concerned, is the greatest country in the whole wide world. And don't you ever get it, my friend. And when I say this, all of you should be applauding right now, all of you. That's right. The greatest country in the world. We had our boys this past year in the Middle East, fighting for our way of life against that man, what is his name, Saddam Hussein. And they're back, God bless you. Well, we have to go back to see this idiot again, I hope not. But now that I'm a member of this society, I have a right to be critical. I have a right to talk about this fantastic country that I am part of. The thrill for me to be a citizen. The thrill for me to turn in my green card for a charge card is overwhelming. That's right. Now I'm in debt over my head, just like all the Jew people are. Together, what? You betcha. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Because only in America can you be and do what you want. I come from, originally from Venezuela. I still am a citizen, by the way. That's right, dual citizenship. But this is the country that I belong to right now. I love this nation. And I said for what you do, remember, don't take it for granted. I know what it is to come from a society that don't have the opportunity to have. Because most Latin countries have revolutions every 3-4 weeks. That's right. In fact, I think next Tuesday at 9 o'clock, Venezuela will have a revolution. That's what I come. That's right. And I come from Venezuela. I come from the city of Caracas. Well, I don't really come from the city of Caracas. I come from a small city which is about 3 or 4 kilometers outside of Caracas. That's right. And it was said it has quite a history. It was said in the early part of this century by people coming from the country of Pakistan. And that's right, and they come from the capital of Kashmir. And people in Kashmir walk around with togas. So they decided to call the city Kashmir in togas. It's right in that particular area, right in the heart of the city. They divide it in 2 places, Kashmir and the other side togas. And right in the middle, they have a small river. They call it El Krakow. This lovely place, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic area, fantastic, beautiful. And it's right in the heart of the rainforest. And I'm not trying to be braggart about my family, but my family, one of the first traditional families of Venezuela. And we have a large lumber mill right in that particular area. And from the wood pulp, we make the paper for Venezuela. We make the paper blowing off the noses, cleaner, right to have it. We make the paper writing of the stationery. We make the paper of the newspapers. You know, like you read the New York Times, the St. Petersburg Press here, the sophisticated papers like the Miami Herald, the National Enquirer, the Globe, the Star, all these fantastic papers. And we also make the paper for Caca, you know, American Duty, right there. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I must also tell you that, as I said before, I'm not trying to brag about my family. I'm proud of my family, being one of the traditional families of Venezuela. But we also own a very large ranch. My father, may he rest in peace, he's still managing, still alive, and handling this ranch. And we raise bulls. And my father is one of the biggest bull chippers in all of South America. Oh, yes. We chip bulls here, chip bulls there. We chip bulls everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm. B.I.E.I. Joe. And by the way, here I go again. This is not a commercial. This is... All right. Wait for you. I tell you what we do before I go much further. Let's count to 3. Let's all cough and get it the hell over with, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, enough already. Give me a headache. But what I try to tell you, this is a special announcement coming up this coming November. Go to your nearest supermarkets or liquor stores, because we realize in this society, in this country, the beer and liquor and wine companies, in order to attempt to combat the U.S. trend towards sobriety, have had to take their most popular alcoholic beverages and mix them with citrus juices. And they call them, most of them, wine coolers. Gallo wine is one like that. Very, very popular. Well, we have a large vineyard up in the mountains in Venezuela, and of course, we realize, of course, most of you know geography, that Venezuela is very close to the equator. But in the mountainous area, it's much cooler. And for the last 20 years, we have perfected a fantastic new wine. Remember this. And we mix it with prune juice. Do you have a minute? I'd like to tell you about it. This wine is fantastic. We call it Adios Amigo. Remember, buy this fantastic wine. Not only is this wine delicious, but it acts as a cough suppressant. You have a glass of this spirited drink, and I guarantee you'll be afraid to cough. Adios, amigo. Remember this. Go to your nearest supermarket. Liquor store. That's right. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I brag about this fantastic country. I love this country. I do. You don't know what it means for someone come from somewhere else to come to this society, okay? Because I recall, I come here to the Tampa airport, and I remember when the plane was getting ready to land, and I can hear the jet engines revving up. I thought they were saying, Tampa, 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 Tampa. And as we taxied on the trip to the terminal, I was first in line. I could not wait for them to open the door, the ramp go down, I take my baggage, I go down that ramp. I put my baggage on the ground. I look up into the heavens. Every time I think about it, I get very emotional. I say, thank God, America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. And then I bent down to pick up my baggage. And it was gone. What the hell is this? What kind of people do you have here? I went out to the street. I hailed a taxi. Hey! I said, you know where Route 19 is? He looked at me and said, no. I said, you know where Ybor City is? He looked at me and he said, no. I said, you know anything? He said, I ain't lost. And then he drove away. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What kind of people are here? That made me mad. And let me tell you, I went back to the University of Tampa University. And I'm proud to say, publicly right now, I graduated with honors. Summa cum laude. That's right. Of course, summa cum laude, and then some of the students, they didn't come at all. I don't know what the hell they were doing. What the heck? Only in this society, America, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, I must tell you, you know, the last presidential selection with the Democrat machine, the man who was the former governor of Massachusetts, Dukakis. Did you know that before his family migrated to the United States and Greece, migrate to my country, Dukakis, you can ask Yanni, he knows. That's right. First Dukakis selling Caracas, Dukakis. But they found Caracas was too big for Dukakis. So they decided to sell in my city, Kajmertakas, Dukakis. And I must tell you, they were very gifted people because Dukakis learned how to play the maracas. And they were known all over South America, Dukakis and the swinging maracas. And one day, while Dukakis outside of Caracas by Kajmertakas were playing the maracas, like a bolt of the lightning from the sky, struck down and hit little Dukakis while he was playing the maracas. He could no longer manipulate the fingers to play the goddamn Caracas. Because he come down with a very serious infection called Streptococcus. Because only in America can you be and do what you want. Only in America. Only in America, where 60% of the TV viewers can watch the opening of Al Capone's vault. There's nothing in it. What the hell was that? Do you think we learned from this? We don't learn from this. You recall? Prime time, several years ago, Telly Savalas, a Koyak, from Paris. 70% of the people in America watching 2-hour special. That's right. Telly Savalas standing there in a black tuxedo with brown shoes. Talking about the fact the Titanic, which was underwater for over 75 years, 12,500 feet underwater, waiting with wild anticipation. Well, they brought up a couple of satchels. And what did they find in the satchels? A couple of quarters in Al Capone's body is all they found. Because only in America can a TV evangelist sit in his prayer tower and tell his people live on TV, listen, this could be my last supper. If you don't send in $8 million of traveling expenses. And only in America can two Arabs meet in the lobby of the Hilton Hotel in Tampa. The one greasy, the other in Arabic. The other one says, you're in America now, speak Spanish. Only in America. And only in America, the land of opportunity. The land of opportunity. That's right. And with the American public being bored and blasé, you can be a celebrity today and be forgotten tomorrow. A very well-known television and film personality, Pee Wee Herman. He's no longer popular with the American public because they found out his pee was a little weak. Only in America. Oh, by the way, did you read about Tammy Baker? They had to rush her to the hospital last night. They had the lines of eyelashes, they got stuck together. Only in America. Only in America, one quail in the bush can be worth more than two birds in the hand. Because if one quail in the bush is not worth more than two birds in the hand, it'd be one dead duck, remember that? And only in America can the very well-known heart specialist, Dr. Dubeke from Houston, Texas, waive his fee, which is enormous because he's such an outstanding doctor, to operate on one of the very well-known authoresses, Kitty Kelly, this coming Monday. That's right. Going to operate on the heart because she has no heart. Remember that. And only in America, my friends, President Bucci, upon his inauguration, was approached by the journalists and people in the audience. President Bucci, hey, second home. I like Dallas and Houston. No, dummy, taxes. Oh, taxes. Read my lips. No new taxes. 2 years later. Hey, President Putin, how about taxes? He said, read my hips. Now read my lips. Bullshit. And I still don't like broccoli. Only in America. And only in America, my friends. Would you drive 20 miles to stand in a line at Walmart for 2.5 hours for a tissue paper stain? And then you go home in Kmart, which is 2-minute driving time from your house, at the same sale. With a rebate yet. Plus, if you buy one, you get 2 free. So what do the gray minds do? Huh? They go back to Walmart for refund. Then they go back to Kmart. And they find out they're out of the merchandise altogether, and there's no rain check. They want to kill themselves. Only in America. And only in America can a super movie star, like Elizabeth Taylor, get married for the 8th time. This time supposedly for real, to a construction worker. Now she'll get her balcony reconstructed, and her frame rebricked, sure, because only in America. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I realize, of course, most of you have babysitters, and you have to go home and get a good night's rest, so you can get up for the early bird breakfast, which starts at 3:30 in the morning. I know all this nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I love this society. I love this country. This past October the 12th, Columbus Day, which Columbus Circle, New York is named after me, is the first major holiday that I could celebrate in this society without worrying about someone looking over my shoulder. That's right. Because, as I told you before, this is the country I love. You can be and do what you want. You can celebrate it wherever you want, or even major holidays. Because, let me tell you, I follow history. And I read about how this country was discovered. I read about Queen Isabella of Spain. She told Christopher Columbus, she said, Chris, I read this in the books. Chris, I want you to go forth and find a new world. And Christopher Columbus looked at Queen Isabella and bowed to worship us. I read this in the book. He said, I don't want to go forth. If I can't go first, I don't want to go at all. How is that? Put it in the books. She said, forth, smart, what difference does it make? And besides, you owe me one. Now listen, stupid. She always called him listen. They were very good friends. I want you to go forth and find a new world, but for goodness sakes, please be careful. Please, I beg of you. Because according to higher sources, according to my cabinet, I was in my water closet, according to my cabinet, the world is flat. And I want you to fall up and hurt your tooth because you can. This great sailor, this great seaman, this great explorer, Joey. What the hell was that? Did he play the piano that time, you? His life? No? Was that a message for me from Garcia? That's my brother. This great seaman, this great explorer, Joey, perseverance, constipation, and determination, he went forth. On August the 3rd of 1492, leaving the port of Pulas. That's right. Early in the morning. The weather was in the low 90s. That's right. The buses weren't running that day, the air conditioning broke down. He sailed on 3 ships. The Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Honda, and then straight up. And that's when he found out the world was not flat. It was round, because this great sailor, this great explorer, he went around and around. This dumbbell was lost. That's why they call Columbus Circle New York after this dumbbell. Did you know this? And then we have another major holiday. You know this. Coming up soon. Thanksgiving. But you thank to God Almighty all the wonderful goods He bestowed upon you. Because according to history, I read this in the books. the Pilgrims of England left that country because of prostitution. That's right. And they sail across the ocean on the Pillsbury flower cheap. In order not to get scurvy and rickets, they were baking cookies along the way, you know this? And you know they were the first people in the Western Hemisphere to open up an insurance agency, you know this? Because when the ship landed at Plymouth Rock, as a memento, when they got off, they took a piece of the... Don't you read history at all? What the hell's the matter with you people? It's your country. And not to change the subject too much, but wasn't it a wonderful romance between Captain Jan Smith and Pocahontas Johannes? Wasn't that terrific? And you recall the expression, Indian giver, Indian giver, Indian giver. You recall that? Huh? Because according to history, the very first winter for the Pilgrims on the beaches, they were freezing, cold. They were starving to death. They didn't have what to eat. That's right. And what happened? The Indians showed concern and care. They gave them corn. They gave them turkeys. And what the Pilgrims to the Indians? They gave them the shaft. That's why they walk around like this. And when they ride sides, they will hurt. Right? That's right, because only in America. And now we come up pretty soon with Christmas. And by the way, this past year, I'm glad I'm not going to do it again. I must tell you, this kind of business, you're very sophisticated. You watch television, read the newspapers, and the magazines. You know that this business, you can be very, very popular and very busy one day and be forgotten the next, like I told you before. Celebrity today, gone tomorrow. Well, I had to, frankly speaking, I had to play the part of a Santa Claus. And one of the large department stores, Bernice, all right? And let me tell you something. I had to wear the red outfit with the red noses. I must tell you, just to be able to sit on this big throne and with the little children, little did I realize that I was so loud. I said, hello, little one. What would you like to have for Christmas? And suddenly I look at the child's face and they start to whimper, the eyes water. Oh my gosh, I talk so loud. Better talk a little soft. I said, hello, little one. What would you like to have for Christmas? And suddenly the baby started to smile, the eyes lit up. It warmed the very cackle of my heart. Besides my lap, because they just pee on me. What the hell is that? Every 20 minutes I have to change my costume 8 hours a day. It's only in America. And these things happen, ladies and gentlemen. The fantastic holidays. You have Happy New Year. You have President's Day, Lincoln, Washington, Valentine. You have, the Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day, where everyone goes to labor all day long. All these fantastic holidays. Well, you know that because, ladies and gentlemen, with your kind permission, I study voice. And I would very much like to do a number on you. I'd like to do a number for you. And this is written by one of your great American lead composers, Mr. Jerome Klein, which was first introduced on Broadway in 1927. Played many times on Broadway, various parts of the country, various parts of the world. Made it to a movie 2 or 3 times. And please forgive me, my English not too good. And if I don't express and talk too clearly or think too clearly, please bear with me. All right, I set this up for you. Nothing stands up for me. I have no idea what the hell is this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to do this very lovely number for you. And if you'd like to join in and sing this song with me, please don't. I like to do this myself. Get your own like I don't care what I have to. All right? This very lovely number is called Heavenly Suppository by the very fine Alberton. All right? Okay. Are you getting a weather report? What is this? All right. I like a very beautiful number called All the Man Live. Rachel, please. Wait for me, please. pissy. What's the matter? I'm all right, you're all wrong. I told you this past week I received my full citizenship papers. Well, let me also impress upon you, my friends, that 7 years ago, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, me, I, was a professor of broken English at Columbia University. How about that? Wait for me. But, oh, man, it just keeps Gracias, señor, señoritas, amigos. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Your round of applause is a tribute to your intelligence. And now, if I may, I must tell you right now, this business is a business of tinsel, flamboyance, exaggerated nonsense, whatever you would like to call it. It's a business of gimmick. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Garcia Garcia is not my real name. You don't know about it. I'll tell you about it. It's important to have a gimmick, because when I was introduced on the stage by this very charming man right here, it is 2 first names. To forget the first one, you remember the second. Because I will use my real name, for example. Here he is, Raul Rodriguez Lipschitz. There's a lot to be desired. So I changed my name again. Ladies and gentlemen, my real name is Robert Fuddbucker. Once lit, this whole place becomes a garage. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dick Sterling, and I'm delighted to be here with you this evening. Thank you. Now, I would like to call upon, if I possibly can, a lovely lady of Italian background. Do we have anyone here that's a good sport? I'm not going to belittle you. I need her to inspire me. I know that I would like to do. I'd love to get a lovely lady here. You said your mother is here. Is she here? Can we get her up here? Okay, what's your mother's name? Clelia. Clelia, can I get Clelia up here? Please, Clelia. Can we get a chair for lovely Clelia? Celebrating 92 years. 93. 93 years. Let's help this lovely lady, Clelia. What a beautiful name. I need a chair for lovely Clelia. Can I get a chair for lovely Clelia? Right over here. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Oh, look at this lovely lady. Just right over there, if you don't mind. The other way, facing me, yes. There, thank you so much. What is your name, dear? Judith. Give Judith a nice round of applause. Thank you, Judith. Thank you. Oh, what an honor, dear. Please sit here, Clelia. God bless you. Oh, we're delighted. 93? Never. I would never believe it. You just beautiful. Clelia. That is just lovely. Clelia, I would like to do a number, if I may, and I want you to just sit there and enjoy. Oh, by the way, would you like to see something in a smart patent leather pump? Oh, I'm sorry. But I would love to do this very, very lovely number for Clelia. And you just prepare right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is, but we have a little time. Is it all right, Clelia? You don't have any place to go. You'll sit here. Okay, we'll go dancing afterwards. I want to get rid of my pimples. We'll work things out very, very well. All right? Don't look at him. He has nothing to do with it. Nothing. Giuseppe, the lighthouse keeper. has literally flipped his lid. He stalks out of the lighthouse, runs down to the little pier adjoining the island, jumps into the rowboat, muttering to himself, I cannot take this no more. This is driving me crazy. 15 years, winking and blinking the doggone lights, driving me blindly. His wife, she rushes out of the lighthouse, running down the spiral staircase in a house coat, hollering, Giuseppe, please, come back. He said, no, I cannot take this no more. No more. 15 years, no more. She said, Giuseppe, please. Don't you like the way I make chicken and cacciatore? He said, sure, but I cannot take this no more. She said, Giuseppe, please. Don't you like the way I make a lasagna with the meatballs? He said, sure, but I can't take this no more. Out of hysteria, she flings off her housecoat and she's standing there in a sheer black negligee. She looks out to Giuseppe and says, please, what is going to happen with the meat? Someday, I'm going to leave this place. Hey, goodbye. You like that, Clelia? That is Clelia. And by the way, I don't know if some of you people out there have perhaps traveled some various parts of the world. Have ever been to Italy? Anybody been to Italy here? Huh? One of the most beautiful countries in the whole world, right? And the people get frightened when they visit a country they don't know the language. Well, you can learn to adjust, but to go to Italy, you don't have to know the language. All you have to know is one word, Azza. That's the only word you have to know, Azza. Like cats to the floor, that's Clelia. That's to the ceiling. This is the dumbbell on the stage. I'm talking to you right now. And if you go to Italy, go visit some of the most romantic places, and the language itself is so romantic. Go see some of the most hysterical monuments in your life. Go see, go to